I spoke to Mike Wotton about these wildfires. He's a research scientist at the Canadian Forest Service. I asked him about the conditions that led to this blaze.
Really early in the season up here, and so the snow has just melted and nothing is greened up, none of that new vegetation that comes up every year, none of the buds on the trees. That's one thing. The other thing is they're in this really big dry air mass, so the humidities are really low, and that's drying out the fuels that are there to really, just incredibly dry levels, bone dry levels. And the other thing is it's windy, and those those winds are high, and they're sustained and gusting to really high levels every once in a while. So those three things make really receptive fuels. The fuels are there, they're really dry, and the winds are there to push the fire if a fire gets started, and that's what's happened.
Michael, it's remarkable because you hear some of the people who escaped, and they said that they literally had minutes to get out. Then they were on that road, which looked like a terrifying ordeal with flames just licking around them. How did it happen so quick?
Well, just with those conditions, like with with some changing winds, and I don't have a great record of the winds from that period yet, but that's something that people will be looking at in reconstructing the fire behavior. But with the fuel so dry and the winds so high, that means fire can move really quickly. And if that wind changes direction, that fire can change direction really quickly as well. So yeah, some of that footage along the highway there out of town was quite dramatic.
With a fire like this, I heard one expert say basically these airdrops is like spitting into a campfire. It's not really going to create much impact. What needs to happen to really turn the corner on this thing?
Yeah, so that's one of the problems when you get up to this level of intensity. You can't have much of a direct impact, even with the modern water bombers and air tankers that we have, and that the people are used to seeing on the news all the time, be it down in the U.S. or in Canada or down in Australia or wherever. So fundamentally, what's going to have to happen is the weather's going to have to change. Like with just these low humidities that we've had over the last couple of days and the high winds, that's going to lead to high fire intensity. So the humidity's got to go up and have to stay up so that the fuels absorb a little bit more moisture, and the winds have got to come down. A bunch of rain would be great, but that would really help. But higher humidities and lower winds would help fire suppression resources start to make some progress. But it's going to take an extended change in the weather.
If you like what you just saw, follow us on social media and visit our website, cctv-america.com.